Welcome to this episode of Bring It On. Now, our special guests today are Nick Ferri from Back From Nothing, and also we have Rick Agosta from the Burbans. Now, let's get it on with Bring It On with our host, Stevie D.
Thank you, Gabrielle. And everybody, Lillian, who is usually here, is away. Gabrielle was kind enough to come by.
Thank you for
and she's
having me.
No, absolutely. You're going to hang out with us, and we've been having some interesting conversations with Gabrielle and Nick and Rick before, and they've both been on the show before, and we're going to have some fun with them today. So guys and everybody, Gabrielle, everybody, thank you for coming on. You know, some of the things we were talking about, today's music. What does everybody feel about music? And I'm going to talk about things you grew up with, Nick grew up with, as the age difference here, and that's why we have yourself. Gabrielle, anything like that too? What's that?
There's no mentally...
No, mentally we're still about the same level. We don't change much. No, I know you didn't, I know I didn't, but when Nick's our age, so he'd probably be the same as he is now,
He could
too.
be older than me mentally, you don't know that, right?
We were talking for an hour. I just met him.
That's right.
Seems like we grew up together.
You know what? And
We might have.
And everybody, and
Another
Gabrielle
lifetime.
just met it for the first time, and even Gabrielle has involvement with music, so we're having some fun conversations with that. But what do you think about today's music? We were talking about stuff, whether it's I look at some of the charts. I'll be honest, I don't listen to that much with stuff myself personally. But what about yourselves? What do you think?
Well, for new music, it's really tough, from what I understand. It's really, really hard to get off of the ground because everybody is doing it. It's not like back in the day when you had to have money to go to a recording studio. Now you can have one in your basement. So everybody's doing it. And it's also a lot easier to access, to get your music accessible to everybody. Like, it's all digital. So you can put out garbage, no one's stopping you. You know what I mean?
You can start on the internet, Facebook, wherever you want to throw it out.
Yeah, wherever you want it, you know? So there's a lot more competition to start up, so it's harder for record companies and people like that to find like the gem in like the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one, the gem in the dirt.
Yeah, so
that's a good song sometime to throw out there.
Yeah.
So any, you know,
so
I like that line, Nick.
So I don't know. I think that, but once you do make it,
Yeah.
everyone knows who you are. Once you get onto that label that everyone listens to bands from, they know you.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
it's back in the day, we had a little thing called albums, if I remember, Rick. And like that was like a special event to me. I remember when an album came out.
Waiting for a band to put out that album
when
and
it
running
came
to
out
the
with
store.
the cover art and
Yep.
things like that, the whole package like that, that's what you had to come out with. But like you're saying, you could do all the things digital, send it out. What do you think? Because you're involved, you have the record company, you have artists signed, you have the Burbans.
Sure. I mean, you know, the thing about music is that every era has something great in it. And sometimes you're just waiting for the next thing to happen. So, and, you know, think about the technology of the music has changed, how the Beatles recorded, how they recorded prior to the Beatles, how Elvis recorded, you know, double tracking. We were talking about, you know, cassette tape to that. It's growing. So, I mean, the thing I look at it is this. I really never judged any of that by anything at all. I judge the song. Because when you listen to the song, if you could play the song on piano or on acoustic guitar and it's a good song, then it's a good song. If the song gets diluted down to one instrument and it doesn't sound like a song anymore, that's where I lose interest.
Yourself.
Right. I mean, I know there's dance music. I have to play it sometimes. And, you know, there's always something about something that I like. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything like when Hendrix went into the studio and took his volume pot and, you know, raised it up and you could hear scratching or you could hear maybe he had a little dust. I don't think that anything beats that or the scratchiness of a vinyl record, but that's, I'm listening to things like that, or what they really they had to be point on with their vocals because they didn't have auto-tune. I mean, all of these things matter, you know, but in the end, it's like, who's writing songs? So I always look at the songwriter, and there are some good songwriters out there.
Definitely. I mean, I gotta admit, when we grew up, you grew up like the classic rock things, but you know what? 1974. Look at the diversity. I mean, that's why I have this here.
Oh yeah.
Earth, Wind and Fire, Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Sly, Three Dog Night, all playing in one concert, and every single one is great and different. And again, I'm not trying to knock anything, but That's interesting. What was going on back then too?
Now, in order to make money,
That's pretty good.
you have to play all of that in one night, in one gig. Sorry.
Oh, you have to play all those songs from these
You have to
bands
play
that
all these
covered?
songs in one night. So you have to figure out how to go from Earth, Wind and Fire to Sly, who I love, you know,
They're all
and
great.
I love
Everyone.
all of it, really,
Absolutely.
honestly. But it's just, you know, everything evolves. That's what I'm really trying to say. But you know, when Elton John was putting out an album, they would sit there and, you know, also there was record company involvement where there's not as much anymore. There was A&R departments. They would develop an artist.
Yeah.
They would see something in an artist and say, "We're going to put you in the studio to write." When you know, it's fend for yourself. And I think I try to focus on one thing in my life and how I write and perform is I just want to be inspired.
Okay.
So basically, if I can just let my thoughts be free enough to just do what I want to do, then I think that I'm putting out something that's true, and then let everybody else judge whether they like it.
And
or
we're
not.
going to have a chance to, a little later with some of the videos, and Nick has a new album and video he's going to show. Rick has a great video. It's going to come later. He's playing some kick butt slide guitar.
Right.
Gary, what do you think? You're I don't know. You two age-wise, I mean, I don't know. What do you like these days in music? What do you like listening to?
Well, I agree with both Nick and Rick about today's music industry, and I think also the things that did change was that popularity became a big issue with a lot of these artists. Social media became the new thing, and a lot of artists decided to go independent, whereas before, you know, you had to sign to a label, you had to be chosen, people had to know you. Now you can just play a whole music video or play a bunch of songs from the privacy of your own home on YouTube or social media, and if you have a big fan base, people tune in. And I just think that in our world now, they're giving a lot of chances for you know, different artists to be independent and to make money, but it is a harder hustle and a harder grind right now.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
So much out there in the avenues. I mean, and even for
Yeah.
yourselves. Nick, growing up wasn't that long ago. What were you when you were first experiences with music? What really got you going a little bit with bands? And
I mean,
the
Peter
type
Townsend was
type
your
of
father,
music?
so that was a tremendous, you know, advantage that you had.
That was a really good advantage that I had for sure. You know, I knew everybody because of him. No, but no, my mom worked for an A&R department in Arista Records and Polygram.
Yeah, you had told-
So
yeah.
she introduced me to Zeppelin and AC/DC, Hendrix, all that stuff.
That's why he knows good music.
Yeah, that is
Because
why
he had
I
a
know
good
music.
teacher.
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
And then I didn't, you know, I played guitar. I've been playing for 10 years now. I didn't start writing until 3 years ago. I never thought I could. Until I actually didn't start listening to new rock music until 3 years ago, and that's when I started believing that I could do it. I listened to like bands like the Front Bottoms, Brand New, Modern Baseball. Those are all newer bands, and I listened to them and I said, you know, if these guys can do it and they're making a living off of it and they're happy and people love what they're writing, then rock really isn't dead. Because for a long time, you
it's
feel
different.
like there was like a slowdown, and now like you can kind of.
Yeah, rock is never going to die.
No.
I mean,
No, yeah,
it's just,
you know-
it's just gonna take another
And
It
one
changes.
step. It's
It
going to
changes.
change.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to some and talking about music and yourselves. Nick, we're going to have your video. I want to make sure. Wake Up.
Wake up.
And you have your new album. We'll talk about when we come back.
Yep.
We're going to get to a video real quick. Wake Up. There you go. Wake Up.
promotion, good
Hey, wake up.
promotion.
What
All right, Nick.
You know what? We're going to talk when we come back because I know we want to get to this video. So, Jim and Joe, who you don't get to see behind the scenes, let's all wake up with Nick and Back from Nothing. We'll be right back.
You won't have to do this forever. It's nice under these layer of sheets. It feels like they're protecting me from this nightmare that has consumed my dreams. She says I don't know much about my plan, and I keep telling her it doesn't take much to understand. When I was alone in a hospital bed, they kept telling me I had to become a man, but I was just fine being a kid. I saw all of my problems, so I hid, but I couldn't do that anymore. So wake up, everything will be better. Get up, you won't have to do this forever. Oh, it's nice under these layers.
We're back.
Wake up!
Wait, hey, come on. Wake up, Nick. You know,
Man, I told you.
taking a power nap, Nick, over here. Me and Rick should take the power naps.
He can't even stay up during his own video. Wait till
I know. You, under the sheets. We were just talking about the video. We were having some interesting conversations during the break, too. But, little quick thing. Nick, what was that one about? I mean, I listened to the lyrics, but you tell me.
Mainly the inspiration for that song. I don't like to go too in detail because I like to keep it up to
That's
whoever's
fine.
listening to it, how they take it. But mainly, it's how I got inspired to write that song because I could not get up to go to school for like a bunch of reasons. A lot of
Back
it.
in the day.
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get up to go because I was just terrible at school, and I was just really bad at it. And I hated that I had to go, and I hated that everyone told me if I don't succeed in going to school, my life is going to amount to nothing. I might as well just not be here. So I wrote Wake Up to kind of motivate me and motivate other people to get up and do whatever it is, that thing they just hate doing, whether it's work or school.
I went to Catholic high school, and there was a lot of pretty girls wearing skirts. So, you know, I was motivated. I got to admit, that didn't
high
hurt.
school, and there were men in skirts called Maris Brothers.
Oh, brothers?
You had like much better.
Oh, you were very well
If anybody
disciplined.
needed motivation to go to that
man.
school. See,
Yeah.
I needed you so
You had
many
that,
years
yeah.
ago, and I didn't have it.
Oh man, I had the
Everything is fine.
nuns, the brothers, and all that
I had
stuff.
Maris Brothers,
It's
and they were like-
oh, they get trained from
Thank God.
like
Thank God.
Al Qaeda.
Yeah, thank
They're
God the
like
girls'
ISIS,
school
those
was
guys.
like not too far away. Because it's
man.
like, you know.
No, but you know, we're talking too with the video. You kind of banged it out on your own. I don't know whose bedroom that was or living room.
It's my room.
Yeah,
That was,
but you know what? And we were talking about that you could do a good video, have some video, doesn't have to be crazy complicated, to put the song across, and that's good. You don't need to spend $1 million. And even when Rick, we showed a video later, and you have the formal videos, and you have a great video of just playing live
performance.
very well recorded, very well with the camera work.
Thanks.
I love that video. That's why when we're talking about Rick to pick some videos, I say, Rick, can we use that one? I like the song. I like the
I like
video.
the fact that you picked it because I kept ignoring your phone calls.
I know.
And I just wanted to ignore the last phone call, but then you said you picked that. Good, he won't call me
Leave me
anymore.
alone. Just say yes. That's what I figured. But I like that too. And Gabrielle, did you see that one? Wake Up.
I was watching it actually.
Yeah, cool. 'Cause I know that's good. But like we said, all this stuff is original, and you had a few changes. Harrison is still with the band.
Harrison's with the band.
Yeah, he just was in the video, so I guess that's him
He
playing
was
guitar.
on. I asked him.
He didn't wake up for that one?
I
He didn't
asked-
set his alarm? What happened?
I asked him what he wanted me to say about that, and he told me to say that
Harrison.
he was on a spiritual adventure. Let's just say he was reliving.
He was awakening, different awakening.
He was reliving the '60s, and I just had to
The
let him
60s,
do his
good for him.
thing. And
That's a good era.
It doesn't sound like it's
No.
legal. So why don't you not pursue this line of questioning?
Yeah, so no, but he's fine now. He's in the band. It's all good. You know, we're a
Cool.
family. I mean, Stephanie, it didn't work out with her, but you know that's
Happens.
fine. Like I wish her the best. But
No, absolutely.
yeah. So we recorded that all on our own. We mixed it on our own.
You did? Okay.
Everything entirely on our own. It was very important, track by track. Very
I
important.
remember when you were on the show last time, I think you just, you did some sort of like live videos of you playing,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
did that, which, you know, listen, it's good to have a little something like that, whatever it might be. And Rick has been doing this for a bit.
Long
and
time.
with Rick, with some of the videos he has done, or MTV type, like, you know, very, very well developed, and then you have ones that we're going to show later that are excellent on that.
That one was just something we did. We did a gig at Mercy College, and it was being filmed. And then I forget the reason we needed a live performance video, and we kind of had it in bits and pieces. And believe it or not, Matt Nobles spliced that up with a final cut, and we did this right in the studio and got it together in a short period of time. And then, you know, might as well use it because it's, you know, everything is also, as I was telling Nick before, is a lot of what we do is promotional, and you never want to let anything that you've done just go on the cut floor. You need to use it. You need to get your stuff out there. So we put it. You know, we have a YouTube channel, and we'll put it up. And again, it's another introduction to a song to our audiences that we want to get out there, and a way a visual. So we have a lot of people from Facebook that are, you know, or Twitter that are living in different states. They don't get a chance to come see us play. So now they have a live performance like any other band, and it's just another.
We're going to get to that video. I was just told in a little bit. Gabrielle, you have a question? Ask the fellas before we get to the video.
Yeah. So You guys, if any one of you can join in on stage with any one of your favorite bands, who would it be and why?
You go first.
Alive?
Yeah,
Yeah,
live.
get up there, play
Yeah.
with them, whatever it is.
I think my whole band, I mean, we would say the Front Bottoms. I know you guys probably don't know.
Front Bottoms?
Yeah,
But
they're
that's-
Science of Fueled by Ramen.
That's cool. Though. Somebody.
Definitely, that would be the dream, like, is to tour with them. I love them. They inspired me to write. They're the reason why that,
I have
like,
to
I
check
thought it
them
was
out.
possible.
Okay, well, I'll have to check them out.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
assuming they have to be alive.
Yeah.
Nobody I know
I was gonna say, I was
What do you
like,
got,
wanna be
Rick?
on
Before
stage
we're going to
with
cut
the
to the
Beatles.
video in just a little bit, who would somebody you like to join
I'm going to
stage?
say, honestly, you know, I would like to be on stage with Aerosmith and do Train Kept It Rolling, you know. Just Train Kept It Rolling and then,
Such a good song.
you know,
That's a good choice.
I like to,
Really old school classic American
it's
rock,
the great kick
blues,
you know, rock
back
tune,
and all that, the old
and,
school.
You know,
That's a nice solo.
it would be a
So,
lot of fun.
That was a good choice, but we're going to talk about a bad decision some guy makes.
Okay.
We're going to show Rick and the Burbans. Mr. Bad Decision was a live video they did. I love the song. I kind of picked it.
You're related
Rick-
to it, aren't you?
Yeah, because Rick was
'Cause
tired of me.
everybody's
asking, What
Mr.
song we
Bad
want to use?
Decision.
So we're going to make a good decision, and we're going to listen to Mr. Bad Decision and Rick playing some kick booty slide guitar. Everybody, here we go. The Burbans and Rick, Mr. Bad Decision. We're back, and everybody's awake, but Mr. Bad Decision.
No,
Hey.
everybody knows one, and we've all been that. We've all been one. So you've probably been Mrs. Bad Decision a few times.
Maybe you went with
Lot of
a
times. No, I'm kidding.
that was a bad decision, maybe, I don't know.
That's the B side, you know.
But you know what, Rick? That video, the song, I thought was I liked the song, and I liked the way you filmed the live show, and that was something you did at Mercy College, I believe you did.
We did.
And you're banging out some slide guitar, which I didn't hear as much of you doing. But you know, real quick, that song, how did that develop? Who kind of wrote that? How did you?
Well, let's see.
Bring that one to the
Matt
table.
brought that to the table.
Okay.
We always have a thing about the Burbans being, like, we have this fictitious kind of bourbon guy that's always making a bad decision, you know.
Ooh.
We have a few songs about, you know, about that kind of irony in life where, you know, you try to do the right things, but there's always that one guy who seems to always step in the wrong direction. We call it making a left turn when you should have made a right kind of thing, you know. So we like to play with words. We like to play with things like that. And
Didn't listen to the GPS, huh?
Right. And that just came about. But I must say, if anybody wants to see us play that live, we'll be at Tarrytown Music Hall,
Ooh, definitely.
October 20th. And we're back up Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes.
October 20th?
October 20th at 8.
That's a good show for you. We were talking a little bit and how you worked that out to go play there, too.
Pretty excited.
And Nick, I'm sorry, real quick, the album itself for the CD that you have out is...
The name of the album is Homemade Remedy.
I'm sorry, we didn't even say it. Homemade Remedy.
Homemade Remedy.
Yeah, our band name is Back From Nothing. You can find it on Google Play, iTunes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let everybody know all the outlets you can find your music.
That's what Gabrielle was going to actually ask that about.
Sorry.
No, that's good. What? Go ahead. Continue. Both of you guys.
Yeah, you can.
Stop bragging.
You do. Just give a whole
I thought that was the cue. So many people here. No, but you can find it on Google Play, iTunes, on our website, Facebook, Instagram, just at Back From Nothing. If you want to purchase it, Bandcamp, you can get the hard copies. So,
cool.
Yeah, we're pretty proud
of it. A lot
of
of avenues. If they just Google the band name.
If they Google the band name or my
Rick,
name. Yeah.
Same with us. You know, we're on iTunes. We're on Amazon. You can get hard copies from Amazon. We have a Big Fan record label.
How would they Google? Would they put Big Fan Records, the Burbans?
Okay, well, the easiest way to listen to or watch our videos is Big Fan Records, LLC.
Okay.
That's our YouTube channel.
Yep, I've gone on there.
You can go to my Facebook page, which is just my name, Rick Agosta, and social media addict, so you'll find me there, and we'll talk. And I always post new songs, or you can also go to Reverb Nation, where we have a Reverb Nation page. Do you have that?
I don't think I want a Reverb Nation with you yourself. You have one too? Yeah, that's a pretty neat little site.
You can put songs up, and that's another way to get them out. But iTunes, if you want to purchase, or Spotify to stream.
It's out there, like you're talking about all the avenues with music versus when you used to have an album that came out.
Down at the store.
Gabrielle, you ever have an 8-track? You ever seen 8-track growing up? Cassettes?
Yeah, actually I did see cassettes.
The ones that get all messed up in your machine.
I did. I just don't remember them anymore.
I bought an old El Dorado. I had an 8-track player. I went online and I got a bunch of 8-tracks.
Right in the middle of the song. Picture this, it would flip.
Yeah.
It would flip, and then you have to wait what was it, 3 minutes?
Oh yeah, it would jump. Yeah, those are interesting days. No, we're going to have a little silly fun here. We don't always have a chance to do it. We're going to do choices. And just some things we're going to throw at you and see what you guys think. And Gabrielle, if you have anything and your thoughts on that too, this is always one. I'm going to start out a little bit.
Okay.
Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra? No, that might be a little your thing, but you can't.
Well, I go with Dean because I thought Dean was very cool and charismatic.
They're both good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Frank is cool, but I just like Dean because he's like more.
I might go with Dean myself too.
Yeah, right?
I know it's interesting. Listen, they're both great, but that's like always that choice with those two. They're both paisans. Like we got 3 paisans here, so we're going with that. Gary, are you familiar with
Frank Sinatra? Yes.
Dean Martin, not so much.
Not so much.
No, that's like with the age thing. That's why I asked that too. Check out Dean Martin.
That's famous singer from that time era.
What era was that?
Like Sarah Vaughan, Carmen McRae.
The Rat Pack, Sammy Davis, and all those characters.
I'm going to give some people.
I'm with you on this.
Yeah.
I'm with you on this.
Well, Gary, what do you have?
Right over my head.
What do you have for a choice? What do you have there?
Would you guys rather have a pet lion, elephant, or killer whale?
Well, that's simple. I'm wearing my elephant.
You got the elephant?
I'm wearing my elephant today.
You go anywhere you want with an elephant, I guess. You can ride him.
What was the other one? The elephant.
A lion?
Lion or elephant?
A killer whale.
Or killer whale, yeah.
Lion, easily a lion.
Well, we got a lion.
You want the whale, man.
But you know what? If you went to the beach, you showed up on riding on an orca killer whale, and you go in and out. It's like there's all positive things. I might go with the lion myself too. We're going to assume they're not going to eat it. They're very
if it's not going to kill me,
trained.
A lion. Yeah.
Now, even though this might be before your time,
oh boy,
I always thought this: would you rather have gone to Woodstock or when the Beatles played the first time at Shea Stadium?
Oh.
That's easy.
Can I answer that?
I don't know for people. I don't know.
Well, that's not easy. Actually.
Woodstock. Yeah, Woodstock.
Well, the only reason because Shea
so you Woodstock
you wouldn't have heard it. I would have loved to have seen the Beatles.
Yeah.
But you really wouldn't have heard them. It was just
screaming women,
mass hysteria. So I mean, you would go to Woodstock.
And we're talking about the real Woodstock, not the little one they did after too.
No, the real Woodstock.
But I mean, to see the Beatles, I guess just to be there. But I don't think they couldn't even hear themselves. It was. not.
All you would get from going to see them would say, "Hey, I went to go see the Beatles."
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't really get anything from it. I feel like.
Gabrielle, what was the other one that we only have a few minutes left? What was the other choice? You had something I think you were going to throw at him.
Oh, you already said it. Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra.
Did I do your?
I would choose Frank Sinatra. I'm kidding. We're doing this again, so let's do
Oh my
opposite.
God.
Opposite.
All right, I got one. This is like sports. I don't know what people are in sports, and I know what you like, the team.
And
If
we're
you
in
had
first
to
place.
attend one of these events, the 1927 World Series that had Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Okay.
Don't ask me who they played. The Miracle on Ice, where the U.S. Olympic team beat the Russians. In what, Lake Placid was it, I think? So we got 27 World Series Yanks, Miracle on Ice, or the 69 Jets with Joe Namath beating Miami in Super Bowl III.
I'm a baseball fanatic. I got to go with baseball.
So you go with the...
Yeah, I wanna
you
try
know
to-
your Red Sox.
I want to touch
Still
the Babe Ruth
interesting.
a little bit. Maybe get him back with the Sox.
Well,
you know?
he wasn't too long out of the Sox at
No, he
that
wasn't.
point, too. No.
Right.
I feel like
He
I'm in
doesn't care.
school again. I
Okay.
feel like I'm getting multiple choice.
Wake up! Wake up!
wake up.
It's time to go. You got to do it.
Sports, I don't know. Sports, I'm a musician. I don't do sports.
No, that's okay.
man.
They're all good choices. Hey, we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna wrap it up. If you had to have a band, a different name, here you go. The Rockets. I don't know. TBA. Every time you see a thing, TBA or something else, you'd be very popular. All right, Rockets. I don't know. TBA or the Love Monkeys.
Well, we would just join a band. I feel like. And
So who's
what would
playing
you wanna
tonight? I don't
name
know.
I kind of feel like none of the above. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're
None
all
of the
pretty
above. Okay,
terrible.
you're going to be the None of the Above
can't
band.
do
I
it,
should have had that one.
None above. I would have to go with. Yeah.
All right. But we do have band names. We have Back from Nothing with Nick. We have the Burbans with Rick. And we have Gabrielle. Gabrielle, I'm so glad you came by. And
Thank you
Gabrielle's
for
got some music
having
out
me.
And Gabrielle
Yeah,
does
she
some
does,
things
yeah.
too
Oh,
with
yeah,
music, playing
I'm-
piano with those long fingers and sings. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap it up quick. But, okay, Gabrielle's name would be here too. Listen, everybody, thank you for another
Thanks,
episode of Bring It On. Thank everybody come here and little things going on. So we're going to say goodbye to our audience and thank you everybody else for viewing and thank my crew as always. Okay, everybody. Goodbye.
you.
Thank you.